Welcome, aviation enthusiast and history buffs, to Classic Duels, a captivating mini documentary series that takes you deep into the heart of the adrenaline pumping battles that unfolded in the skies during World War II. In this episode, we're continuing on from the last Classic Duels episode, so we're staying in the Pacific Theatre in 1943 to 44, and we're going to talk about the game-changing duels between the Grumman F6F Hellcat and the Mitsubishi A6M Zero. The aerial combat history between the Grumman F6F Hellcat and the Mitsubishi A6M Zero is a fascinating chapter of World War II in the Pacific Theatre, characterised by intense dogfights and strategic aerial duels. These encounters significantly influenced the air superiority battles between the United States Navy and the Imperial Japanese Navy. The Grumman F6F Hellcat was a carrier-based fighter that entered service in 1943. It was known for its robustness, firepower, ease of flying, and its powerful Pratt & Whitney R2800 radial engine. The Mitsubishi A6M Zero was a lightweight and highly manoeuvrable fighter that entered service in 1940. It was known for its exceptional agility, long range, and ability to perform at lower speeds. The Zero was initially unmatched in dogfights and dominated early Pacific air battles due to its manoeuvrability and long range. When the Hellcat first encountered the Zero, the Japanese fighter was already a veteran of numerous battles, having established a fearsome reputation, and initial encounters occurred in 1943, primarily in the skies over the Solomon Islands and the Gilbert and Marshall Islands campaign. So the Hellcats first saw action in the Battle of the Solomon Islands in mid-1943. They were part of the US Navy's efforts to regain control of the region from Japanese forces, and early dogfights revealed the strengths and weaknesses of both aircraft. While the Zero's manoeuvrability was always impressive, the Hellcat's speed, firepower, and durability gave it an edge in prolonged engagements. The Hellcat would quickly become the backbone of the US Navy's fighter force, leading to new tactics to exploit its advantages against the Zero. Hellcat pilots were trained to use their aircraft's superior speed and diving capabilities to perform high-speed passes on the Zeros, avoiding turning dogfights where the Zero excelled. This meant that maintaining altitude and energy became crucial, as Hellcat pilots would dive to attack, then climb back to safety, a tactic known as boom and zoom. Of course, like the Wildcats, the Hellcats would also use the thatch-weave tactic. This defensive tactic involved pairs of Hellcats weaving in a crisscross pattern to cover each other and counter the Zero's superior turning ability. The Battle of the Philippine Sea in June 1944, also known as the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot, was a decisive victory for the US Navy. The Hellcats played a crucial role, with American pilots shooting down a large number of Japanese aircraft, including many Zeros, and the Hellcat's kill ratio against the Zero was exceptionally high, demonstrating its effectiveness, and the Hellcats would continue to dominate the skies in the Battle of Leyte Gulf in October 1944, where they provided air cover for naval operations and destroyed many Japanese aircraft that were attempting to defend their fleet. The Hellcat's success was not solely due to its technical specifications, but also because of improved pilot training and effective use of radar for early warning and interception. The integration of radar on US carriers and support ships allowed Hellcat pilots to engage Japanese aircraft under more favourable conditions, often intercepting them before they could reach their targets. American pilots also received rigorous training, which included simulated combat scenarios that prepared them to face the agile Zeros. As the war progressed, the Zeros would become more outdated and its weaknesses became more apparent. It lacked armour and self-sealing fuel tanks, making it highly vulnerable to the Hellcat's heavy machine gun fire. Japan also started to face a shortage of experienced pilots due to high attrition rates. While the US could replace losses more effectively with well-trained pilots, the same couldn't be said for the Japanese. And it's also worth mentioning that as the war went on, the Hellcat was able to be produced in larger numbers, which ensured numerical superiority over the Japanese Zeros and its later replacements like the N1K2 Shiden and J2M Raiden, which were produced in too low numbers. The aerial combat between the Grumman F6F Hellcat and the Mitsubishi A6M Zero marked a pivotal shift in air superiority in the Pacific Theatre. The Hellcat's rugged design, powerful armament, and effective tactics overcame the Zero's initial dominance. Key battles such as the battles of the Philippine Sea and Leyte Gulf showcased the Hellcat's superiority, contributing significantly to the Allied victory in the Pacific. And the Hellcat's success underscored the importance of technological innovation, effective training, and strategic use of resources in achieving air dominance. So that's it for this glimpse into epic struggles of the past. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with more riveting tales of aviation history, etc. Check out the 2 videos at the end, all my CD reviews, or even the playlist I've created. Cheers.